So I'm Tanner McLean. I'm with the John Howard Society. I've been a caseworker here for about 6 years. Recently, I switched into the role of a team lead for our employment and financial empowerment programs. So the financial empowerment piece is kind of brand new to our organization. We just received the funding starting October 1st. So I've been kind of busy trying to find some volunteers and doing some program development work around that. Um, so who are we at the John Howard Society? At the John Howard Society, we have a vision where society is something that everyone contributes to in a safe, healthy, and just way. So we want people to be involved, and most people are familiar with the John Howard Society from the criminal justice context. So we want those folks to be kind of incorporated into society in a meaningful way. But we also work a lot with other marginalized groups, such as the unhoused populations in throughout Prince Edward Island. Um, so we do all of our work by providing client-focused supports. So everything we do, we use trauma-informed, strengths-based, and harm reduction approaches. So our main goals are to prevent and reduce homelessness, as well as incarceration. And then we really try to build meaningful connections to other supportive services in the community so that we can better support the clients that we work with. So we offer a variety of programs through John Howard Society. Kind of our biggest portfolio, I guess, is our housing program. So we have wraparound housing program, which is essentially to support anyone 18 plus looking for housing. We have a veterans housing program where, again, we support veterans who are homeless looking for housing. We have a youth housing program where we're focusing on that age group of 16 to 24, trying to help them with their housing needs. We have the Employment Assistance Services program where we're supporting folks that are exiting the criminal justice system with getting back to work. We help people apply for record suspensions or what used to be called pardons. We have the new financial empowerment program, and then we have a few administrative programs around coordinated access and reaching home funding. So who are our clients? So our clients, like I said, some of our clients are involved in the criminal justice system. And when we first started back in 1960, it was typically only folks that were involved in the justice system that we work with. But there is no requirement that somebody has to be involved in the justice system to come and access services here. So that's changed over the years. We now work with people who are experiencing homelessness, people who are precariously housed, or that could mean that they're couch surfing, staying with friends, people struggling with mental health and addiction challenges, and then individuals who are living in poverty and who are otherwise marginalized. So we do a lot of work with newcomers, especially as it relates to the financial piece and having taxes filed and things like that. So what types of volunteers are we seeking? So we're really looking for two different categories of volunteers. We're looking for some volunteers who are kind of comfortable and able to do that client-facing work. And then we're also looking for some volunteers to do some more of that behind-the-scenes administrative work. So all of our volunteers, what we're looking for is people who are familiar with or interested in learning more about trauma-informed, strength-based, and harm reduction approaches. We want people who are comfortable interacting with individuals who have some of those complex challenges, whether it be mental health or addiction challenges. They're living unhoused. They've been through that criminal justice system, spent time in custody. They all have kind of those unique needs that we want folks to be comfortable in interacting with them. So de-escalation skills and communication skills are also important for volunteers. Now, those are primarily for the client-facing folks, but also to some extent the administrative folks, we'd like to have some of those skills as well. However, there could be a focus more on the technology side of things, human resources or policy development work on the administrative side, as well as a little bit of data entry work. And the one thing to point out is all the training that would be required would be provided internally at no cost to a volunteer. So we're not looking for someone with tons of experience. We're just looking for somebody who kind of has that heart to help and wants to make a difference in their community, whether it's through that, like I said, behind the scenes or frontline work. So in terms of administrative volunteers, we're always looking for appropriate people who can kind of review our policies and develop or improve the policies. We look for people who may be interested in kind of doing some of that more administrative, tedious work where we're organizing files and things like that. Reviewing our processes, so it could be our intake process, could be our onboarding process for new staff and volunteers, creating different forms and other resources. And then we are also a nonprofit, so we are always looking for volunteers to join our board of directors as well. So for the frontline stuff, one position that we've had open for a little bit is a client greeter. So what we're looking for here is somebody who can be at the front door and to greet people when they come into the office to meet with someone. So this person is just going to be that kind of warm and welcoming first impression for folks as they come in off the street. Their role would really just be to collect that basic client information and determine which program that client would fit best in. And then they would be able to direct that client to the appropriate caseworker or service area um, to have their needs met. So we would want them to kind of maintain that smooth lobby flow, support clients while they wait. They could be offering some water, coffee, snacks, just again to make sure people are feeling welcomed and safe where they're at. And then again, with this position, that communication and being professional with proper boundaries and empathy is going to be very important. So that is one client-facing position. The other one is our financial empowerment program. So this program, again, it's brand new. So we are looking for three types of volunteers for this program. So the first one is group facilitators. So our hope is to be able to deliver some workshops and groups in terms of financial literacy. So we want to focus on the budgeting skills, the importance of getting your taxes done, what consumerism is, saving and planning for your future. So we're looking for volunteers to actually facilitate some of these groups. The other type is one-on-one financial coaching. So some folks may be comfortable and have some training to be able to sit down with clients and actually kind of chat about where they currently are financially and how they can work towards some of their goals. I will say that the one-on-one financial coaching is more of a specialized position. So we would be looking for somebody who has kind of more of that financial background in terms of a volunteer, just so we can make sure that the advice that is being given is accurate and appropriate to that client. And the third category under the financial empowerment program is in our volunteer income tax program. So we're always looking for tax preparers. So with this one, it is a little bit unique. You volunteer with us, but you are ultimately a volunteer with Canada Revenue Agency. So you register with Canada Revenue Agency as a volunteer under our organization code, and you're able to then prepare tax returns while being associated to an organization. And I guess that's important because new this year, all individual volunteers do have to be connected with an organization in order to access the software. So there's no more individual volunteers that aren't connected anymore. So so we are looking for volunteers for that. And for kind of all three components of our financial empowerment program throughout the province. So yes, we look for volunteers in Charlottetown, but we're also looking to expand that reach to rural parts of the province as well. So that's all I have for now. So my contact information is up there on that last slide. Maybe I'll leave that up for a few minutes while you take some questions, Jess.
Yeah, that sounds great, Tanner. Thank you so much. Yeah, so if anybody has any questions about the John Howard Society, please feel free to put them in the chat, raise your hand, hop on the mic. Okay, we had one come through here. Hi, Tanner. Thank you for sharing. Are the volunteering opportunities open all year round, or will they only be open during certain times of the year? And also, are there multiple positions for each role? Or is it just kind of, are you looking for just one?
Sure. Yeah, so all of our volunteer, I should say all, so most of our volunteer opportunities are open year round. Um, Certain positions, so I'm thinking about the administrative tasks. Once a year, we do a point in time count for the unhoused folks in the province. So that is kind of on an as needed annual basis. For the financial empowerment work, that will be a year-round program. Um, so we will be looking for volunteers year-round. Again, they can kind of contribute when they're free, and we'll be kind of flexible in terms of scheduling that way. Um, and yeah, so we are looking for multiple people for each of those roles as well. With our tax clinic, it has become very busy. So during the tax season, we have that open daily. But in the off season, we're still open 1 day a week for to accept walk-ins and things like that. So we do have volunteers year round for all of those programs, and we would love to see kind of more volunteers spread throughout the province on a year-round basis.
So, thank you.